Magandang hapon and welcome to today's Odoo webinar. So for this afternoon, we will be talking about optimizing accounting process in the Philippines by streamlining workflows and boosting financial visibility. So before anything else, let me introduce myself. Ako nga pala si Marky at ako ay isang business advisor dito sa Odoo APAC. So I am actually part ng team na nag-handle ng Philippine market. Ano nga ba yung magiging agenda natin sa hapon na to? So una is we will be discovering kung ano nga ba si Odoo and what are the services that we are doing. And sunod nito as meron tayong case study. And based sa case study, magkakaroon tayo ng isang live simulation ng actual workflow. And then sa dulong bahagi ng presentation naman, as magkakaroon tayo ng question and answers para ma-address natin kung ano man yung makatanungan or any concerns na meron tayo currently pagdating sa webinar. So ano nga ba si Odoo? Odoo is an all-in-one management software which is user-friendly and customizable. So currently, we have 19 offices worldwide and we have more than 12 million happy users. So for all the transactions within Asia Pacific, ang headquarters namin is Hong Kong. And for all the members ng Philippine markets or all those who are dealing with Philippine markets, dito kami nakabase sa Hong Kong. And these are naman some of the clients that we have globally. Whenever we are talking with our clients, yung usual question na gusto naming masagot is, how can Odoo help their business? Because ang nakikita namin when we are, let's say we have meetings with them, is sinasabi nila na parang we are using different software. So let's say, for inventory, they are using Google Sheets. For accounting, they are using a different software naman. And sometimes, wala talaga silang ginagamit. So, super manual ng workflow, ng paper and pen lang. So, nagkakaroon sila ng mga difficulties when it comes to managing ng workflow nila. So, that's why here in Odoo, what we did was we are providing our clients with an all-in-one solution. So, we have different applications which are seamlessly integrated with each other. So, we can expect that there is a seamless flow of data from one application to the other. So ano-ano nga ba yung mga applications na nakapaloob sa Odoo? So we have sales apps, meron naman tayong website, operations, human resources, manufacturing, productivity, marketing, finance, as well as some customization tools. So dumako tayo ngayon sa isang case study. Meron tayo dito isang company, isang pangalan niya is eExperto Consultancy Group. So just to give you a background, so yung company na to has been in the business for 25 years na and meron silang 50 employees. Ang nature ng business nila is they are providing services like consultancy and also they are project implementers. So for the 25 years of operation sila, wala talaga silang ginagamit na system. So sobrang hirap ng pag-manage ng workflow, especially dun sa accounting part or sa financial side. So that's why they have decided or they have initiated na maghanap na din ng system na makakatulong sa kanila para ma-address yung mga challenges. Ano nga ba yung mga challenges na kinakaharap ni eExperto? So first one is sobrang nahihirapan sila mag-track ng project costs, ng revenues, yung profitability, lalong-lalo na yung mga labor, yung materials, and overhead expenses. Sunod dito, dahil sa sobrang manual ng workflow nila, hirap din sila magkaroon ng accurate na financial records kasi sobrang mano-mano din yung pag-record ng mga bills and invoices. And most of the board members, yung mga decision makers, is lagi silang naka-travel abroad. So sometimes nahihirapan din sila magkaroon ng access sa real-time financial reports and dashboards. And lastly, since sobrang mano-mano nga ng workflow nila, is they are facing much administrative burden due to the unorganized filing of accounting documents. So, paano nga ba natin ito masusolusyonan using Odoo? So, here in Odoo, we can address those problems using the suggested applications. So, we have yung sales, purchase, project, accounting, and documents. So, later on, sa demo natin, papakita natin kung paano nga ba nagiging seamless yung interaction between all these applications and paano nga ba natin mas mapapagaan yung workflow or yung process sa eExperto. So, I think we can finally move on with our demo. So, this is how the Odoo database looks like. As you can see, meron tayo ditong iba't ibang applications. And on top, andito yung mga applications na suggested by Odoo na gagamitin for eExperto. So, dito naman, meron tayong activity clock. So, pwede natin itong gamitin para matrack yung activities natin. Let's say, how many ba yung activities natin na delayed? How many ba yung planned for the future or planned for today? And if in any case naman na parang kailangan natin ng way para ma-manage yung internal communication, we also have this chatter. So, yung function nito is similar to Messenger, wherein we can also just search for the name ng taong yung message natin and we can have an interaction with them. For every company, it's very important na meron tayong repository for all the contacts na meron tayo. So, here in Odoo, we have this contacts app. So, for the contacts app, pwede tayo gumawa ng several tags para we can further categorize yung contacts natin. So, with this one, we're able to categorize yung internal contacts natin, yung client, and as well as yung vendors. So, sige, puntahan natin si Ariba Corporation. Si Ariba is isa sa mga client natin. And this is how the contact page looks like. We can put all the necessary information about this Ariba Corporation. And on top, makikita natin, meron tayo dito mga buttons. So, these are what we call as smart buttons. Basically, it will give you an idea kung how many sales ba yung meron ka kay Ariba Corporation, how many ba yung invoice mo na, and kung may balance pa ba si Ariba. So, let's try to click lang yung isa sa mga buttons dito. So, let's go to sales. So, if we click on this one, makikita natin yung lahat ng breakdown ng sales na meron tayo kay Ariba Corporation. So far, meron tayong 4. So, sa ngayon, let's say meron tayong isang client na naghahanap sila ng accounting services. So, gagawin natin is pupunta tayo sa sales and gagawa tayo ng quotation. Okay, so sabihin natin yung client natin is si Ariba Corporation. And then, yung products na hinahanap nila or service is yung accounting and bookkeeping. And based dun sa napag-usapan natin or sa quotation natin kay Ariba, parang na-estimate natin na for this specific project, it will be 160,000. Okay. And we can also indicate na din dito kung ano nga ba yung payment terms natin with Ariba Corporation. Sabihin natin, they have to pay immediately. So, save natin. And we can also send an email. So, send an email to Ariba Corporation. Okay, send this one. So, mangyayari dito, sa pagdating dun sa inbox ni Ariba Corporation, they will be able to receive our email. And the good thing about Odoo is we can also track that within the system mismo. So, if we scroll down, it will be reflected dito sa chatterbox natin. So, we have this record sa din para at least kahit yung taong gumagawa ng quotation is wala, still meron siyang yung substitute niya can still access kung ano nga ba yung communications or update for that specific task or sabi natin quotation. Okay, so let's say we are confirming this kasi okay na si Ariba Corporation to proceed. As you can see, once we have confirmed yung quotation natin, we will have the smart buttons. So for this one, yung lumabas sa smart buttons is for project. Yung smart buttons dito will be dependent kung paano natin na-configure yung products natin. Since this is a service and we want to track yung profitability like expenses, revenue for this specific service, we have decided to create a project. So before tackling dun sa project, let's create muna yung invoice for Ariba Corporation. So create an invoice. So regular invoice. Kasi we are requiring them to give us yung full payment na. And you may have noticed that we have another column dito. Ito is for the analytic distribution. So in this way, we're able to house lang lahat ng, let's say, for this specific service, itatag lang natin siya for this specific project then, kay Ariba Corporation na sales order number 12. So confirm natin to. Okay, so we can also send this invoice to the client. But before that, let's register muna yung payment natin. So, register the payment. Sabihin natin via bank. So, create the payment. As you can see, once we have registered yung payment ni client for the invoice, yung invoice natin will have this ribbon here. So, right now, it's in payment kasi sa back-end, kailangan pa siya i-reconcile ng accountant natin. And if we scroll down further, we will have this information button dito. So, if we click on that, we can actually see yung journal entry information and we have the option to unreconcile. So, yung reconciliation dito, this is more on reconciling yung payment ni client for the specific bill or invoice and iba pa yung reconciliation sa backend for the bank statement naman. And the good thing about Odoo is that automatic na siya mag-generate ng journal items natin. So, example, for this one, automatically meron na tayong debit and credit. Okay? So, let's go back to our orders. So I think when it comes to the AR team, yung mga nag-deal dyan sa mga receivables, it's very important to na matrack nyo din kung ano pa ba yung mga orders sa di pa na-invoice. So with Odoo, we have an easy way to do that. So you just have to go dun sa to invoice, then order to invoice, tapos lalabas dito lahat ng invoices na kailangan nyo pa i-process. So for this one, instead of creating invoices manually or pa isa-isa, mas mahirap kasi yun eh. With this one, we can create mass invoices. So create invoices. Okay, so let's create. Now, invoice na yung dalawa natin na waiting for invoice. Okay, so let's go back to this one. Okay, so let's say while we are working on the project naman, no, we have incurred some expenses or kaya kumuha tayo ng service ng isang third-party accountant kasi sobrang busy ng mga accountant natin ngayon na in-house. So punta tayo sa purchase. So dito sa purchase naman, we can create another vendor bill. Or let's say we are going to start muna with the request for quotation. So sabihin natin, si Guevara Accounting, siya yung nakikita natin na pwedeng maging vendor for that third-party accounting service. So, add tayo ng product. So, this is for professional fee. So, sabihin natin, yung cost nito is around 20,000. So, save natin. And let's say, okay na yung pricing natin with, nag-agree na din si Guevara Accounting na, okay, it's 20,000 for the service. So, we can finally confirm the order. So, once we have confirmed the order, no, we can also look into the other information tab. Tapos sa billing status, nakalagay dito is waiting bills. So sabihin natin, we want to create na yung vendor bill. So lagay lang natin yung bill date dito. So 13. Okay. And if we have a bill reference now from the vendor, we can also specify that para at least pwede din natin siya ma-counter check kung ano ba yung referencing kay vendor and also kay Odoo. And since this one, no, yung professional fee na to is related pa siya dun sa isang project natin, we have to tag that also para at least masama siya doon sa profitability report. So tag natin siya kay Ariba Corporation. And assuming na yung funds nito is kinuha natin sa funds ng isa sa mga departments natin, we can also do that para at least everything is well expensed or well reported. So for this one, kinuha natin siya kay Admin and Operations. Okay. So let's confirm. Once we have confirmed that, we can also go dun sa other information. Kasi with Odoo now, we have this three-way matching. So this is very important para at least ma-determine natin kung kailan pa ba natin bayaran yung isang vendor bill. So dito, meron tayong should be paid and nakalagay is yes. So kailan pa natin to bayaran. Okay, so let's say binayaran na natin si Guevara Accounting Firm. So register the payment and then okay, create the payment. So this will also be tagged as in payment. And now, let's go back naman dun sa dashboard natin. So, let's say we have additional expenses na reported by, let's say, by employees or by the company na related naman sa project natin. We can also record that sa expense app. So, for the expense app, let's go to new. Tapos, we can create dito, we can select yung category. So, sabihin natin food. And yung nagastos na food is around 1,500 for the whole project. Okay, so we have the option, no? So either binayaran siya ng employee, tas kailangan natin i-reimburse or si company. So for this instance, let's say si company nagbayad, so hindi natin kailangan mag-reimburse kay client. And we also want to tag this dun sa project natin. And then sabihin natin, yung kinuha nating budget is from finance and marketing. Okay, so pasok na lang natin to sa meal allowance. Okay. And if we need to attach yung mga resibo, we can also do that. We can attach it directly dito sa attach receipt. Tapos at least andito na siya lahat ng resibo natin. So let's create a report. Okay, for this one, submit to manager. Okay, so since I am the approver naman, so bypass ko na lang to, approve ko na siya directly. So hanggang dun yung magiging role ko as approver. So ito, yung pag-post ng journal entries, is bahala na nito si accounting. So let's post yung journal entries. So the same thing, it will create a journal entry and then yung journal entry will have yung automatic na journal items with both debit and credit. So right now, gusto na natin matrack yung progress ng project, kung ano ba yung current status, kung ano ba yung mga nagastos natin, and kung pasok pa ba tayo sa margin. So punta tayo sa project. So, ito yung project natin, number 12. And then, punta tayo sa project updates. So, pag tingin natin sa project updates, so makikita na natin dito yung profitability report. So, we have yung revenue. Ito yung 160,000 na in-invoice natin sa client. And then, ito dun yung in-cost na na-incur natin. So, we have yung vendor bills as well as the expenses. So, we can actually click this expenses then or also yung vendor bills kung gusto natin makita kung ano ba yung mga naging expenses natin or what are the purchases related to those projects. Okay, so now the next thing that we have to do is of course to ensure na nag-flow lahat ng transactions sa accounting natin. Okay, so go to our accounting. Okay, so meron tayo ditong different journals. No? So we have yung customer invoices, we have yung vendor bills, miscellaneous, and bank. Okay, so for now, we want to check muna yung lahat ng invoices natin. So we can actually go dun sa customer invoices. So here, we can see all the invoices natin as well as yung status nila and ano ba yung payment status, whether paid or unpaid. So right now, I can also do a quick filter. Gusto ko makita kung ano ba yung mga overdue invoices. So gagawin ni Odoo is ilalabas niya lahat ng overdue invoices. So currently, meron tayong 5 overdue invoices na kailangan natin i-follow up sa customers. So if we want to do a follow-up now, we can actually do that in a very easy way. So punta tayo sa customers. And then go to follow-up reports. So dito, lalabas, okay, sa Ariba Corporation, may overdue siya na invoice. So total niya pa is 375,000. So click natin to. And we can do an automatic or manual follow-up kay clients. And also yung mga follow-up natin, we can create yung different follow-up levels. Sabi natin, we want to send a follow-up 1 day before the due date or maybe 5 days after the due date para ma-remind si client. So for this one, let's send a follow-up muna. So with Odoo din pala, we can exclude yung mga invoices sa parang sa tingin natin as di pa natin kailangan i-follow up. So let's say, exclude muna natin to no, na dalawa. So follow up. Okay, so as you can see, automatically lalabas dito ni Odoo kung ilan ba yung due na kailangan natin i-follow up kay Ariba Corporation. So send this one. Okay, so if we scroll down, no, makikita na natin dito yung sample PDF na nasend kay client for follow-up. So this is naka-breakdown dito kung ano ba yung mga invoice number, what are the reference numbers, and also yung due date. And the most important is yung due amount ni client. So may kailangan pa siyang bayaran na 150,000. Okay. And also the good thing about Odoo is it will also remind you kung ilan pa ba yung invoices sa kailangan ma-validate. Kung may mga unpaid invoices pa, kung may mga late invoices. The same with the vendor bills. And I think when it comes to following up, no, it's very important for us then to track kung ano ba yung mga ARs and APs natin. So punta tayo sa H receivables. So dito makikita natin yung breakdown ng lahat ng receivables natin. So for Ariba, andito yung 3 invoices. For Bagong Pook, we have this one. And then for Mabuhay Trading, meron din tayong 2. So the same goes with our age payable. So makikita din natin siya dito. Oops. So far wala pa tayong age payable kasi nabayaran naman natin lahat ng vendors natin. Okay, so let's go to reconciliation naman. So with Odoo, we can actually import yung bank statements natin. So let's try to import lang no bank statements. So, sabihin natin, we want to import this bank statement. So currently, meron tayong 2. So let's see lang kung ano mangyayari pag in-import natin itong file. So first thing that we have to do is to test muna kung nagsisync ba yung columns natin dun sa kay Odoo. So sabi naman dito, everything seems valid. So import na natin yung file natin. So import. Okay, so kanina 2 lang yung items sa kailangan i-reconcile. So dahil nag-import tayo, may mga transactions yun na laman na nakapaloob. So, meron na tayong 6 na items sa kailangan i-reconcile. So, click natin to. Okay, so the good thing about Odoo is it will help you yung pagdating sa reconciliation. Parang automatic siya magmamatch ng entries based on sa partner as well as sa amount due. So, sa left side, ito yung bank statements natin. And sa right naman, ito yung mga open items natin. Okay, so example, let's go to Mabuhay Trading, 112,000. So, gagawin ni Odoo is magsasuggest siya ng mga entries na nagmamatch. So, meron tayo dito, no, na accounts receivable worth 212,000. So, check natin to confirm. Okay, okay naman siya. So, it's time for us to validate. So, validate natin to. Okay. And then, let's say for another one, meron tayo ditong kay Mabuhay Trading, 125,000. So, ilalabas na ng Odoo kung ano ba yung nagmamatch na transactions for that. So, eto. We can view this one. Pag okay naman, we can just validate. And if in any case naman, meron tayong mga entries sa parang we are in doubt, the good thing about Odoo is you can mark that as to check. Tapos once marked as to check, you can tag kung sino yung person na mag-check na. Let's say, let's log note. Sabi natin, can you please check? So, mangyayari dito, no, as yung tinag natin na person in charge will receive a notification. Okay, I have to check these entries pala. So, log na natin. And kanina, meron tayong isang transaction. So, we can also do a manual creation ng bank statement natin. So, kanina, we have 160,000, no? 160,000. And then, yung partner natin is yung si Ariba Corporation. And we can also indicate dito na payment for invoice. So, save and close. So, gagawin ulit ni Odoo is imamatch niya ulit yung sa isang transaction. So, currently, ito siya, si invoice number 6. Okay, so this will now be marked as paid since nagtali na siya. Yung sa, 160,000. So, this one. And let's do the reconciliation. So, validate natin. So, once validated, no, let's see lang kung ano mangyayari sa invoice na yun. So, let's go to the invoice. So, ito yung invoice natin kanina, no, kay Ariba Corporation. So, kanina, this was tagged as in payment. But since na-reconcile na natin siya, yung payment niya ngayon yung payment status niya na will be changed from in payment to paid. Okay. And also, when it comes to companies, no, it's very important to manage yung budget nila. So, let's go to the budgets. Dito makikita natin yung company budget natin for 2024. So let's confirm this and approve. So lahat ng transactions na nakatag sa admin and operations, sa marketing and finance will be taken into account dito. So with this one, may tayong start date and end date, and we also have yung plan date. So yung theoretical amount, ito yung expected na spent na natin in today's date, and then yung practical is ito yung kung magkano lang ba talaga yung nagastos natin. And the good thing about this is makikita mo din natin directly dito kung ano nga ba yung mga entries. So, we have the following entries na nakatag dun sa admin and operations. And sometimes kasi it's minsan din natin naiiwasan no, nagkakaroon tayo ng errors when it comes dun sa mga journal entries natin. So, with Odoo, we have this audit trail para at least you can check one by one or you can check na lang or look into those journal items sa kailangan ng corrections. So example, for this one, if you need some corrections, you can also do that. So let's go. And I think when it comes to reporting, no, with Odoo kasi yung reporting ranges from the statement reports hanggang sa management reports. Para at least kahit yung, sabi natin, yung management, they're working remotely, they still have an access kasi they can use Odoo sa phone nila or any iOS or Android device. So we have dito yung balance sheet, no, in case they are interested to see yung assets and liabilities. And this can be drilled down further kasi this is connected na dun sa general ledger. And if you want to see na din yung profit and loss, andito na din siya. So we have yung profit and loss. And the good thing about this is we can also filter yung profit and loss natin, or we can also do some comparisons with different periods. And if you want naman to see yung mga analytic accounts, so sabi natin, gusto natin makita yung kay Ariba Corporation, so lalabas din siya lahat dito kay Odoo. This one. And also, one thing that's unique about Odoo, no, is yung executive summary. So with the executive summary, andito na lahat, makikita mo kung gaano ba ka-profitable yung business natin. And next would be yung cash flow statement. So this is the cash flow statement of Odoo. So we can actually go to this month, no, to see lang kung ano ba yung cash flow natin. So we have yung beginning balance and also yung mga cash flow na which are categorized either operating, investing, or yung financing natin. Okay. And we can also go directly dun sa journal reports natin. So we have dito yung journal reports, and if you want to see, no, we can just simply click this one, yung invoice, tapos it will redirect us dun sa invoice natin. Okay, so I think so far that's pretty much everything, no, when it comes to managing your workflow with Odoo. So we can now finally proceed with the question and answers. Let me just check lang then for our questions. Okay, so we have one question dito, no, from Chris. So parang, hello, can you edit an invoice or once, can you edit an invoice once it's posted or it is locked? So yes, this is possible, no, but we can always limit yung access kung sino lang yung pwede mag-edit ng invoices. So let's take a sample for this one. Okay, so let's say for this specific sales order, we have this one invoice. So we can actually reset this to draft. Pero yung dito, no, we always recommend na parang limited lang yung may access dito. Sabi natin, si accountant lang talaga yung pwede mag-reset ng invoice to draft. So reset natin to draft. Tapos if there are changes, we can do the changes dito. Sabi natin, this is 170,000. So confirm natin. And ang lalabas dito, the good thing here is i-record ni Odoo yung outstanding credits natin. So we have the option to apply yung outstanding credits directly pa din dito sa invoice. So pwede natin siya i-add. So parang lalabas na lang yung balance na lang ni client as 10,000. Okay, so this one, kay Jeffrey, parang he's asking, let's say the customer pays more than the amount due and you register the payment within the system. How can we monitor those overpayments? So yeah, kanina, no, lumabas yung outstanding credits natin. So you can actually monitor those overpayment from the client. Okay, so when it comes dito sa question naman ni John Clark about catering to financing institutions, I think the best thing that we can do here, no, is we can have a meeting para we can discuss all your requirements. So for that, you can actually send a message to my, so you can send me an email. So that's mhli@odoo.com, or you can also send a WhatsApp or Viber at 852-597-49207. Tapos you can schedule a meeting to discuss your requirements then. Okay, so we have some more questions here. Okay, so hi, is there a way or how to close annual financial report? Yes, with Odoo naman, we have those lock financial dates. So you can just set that up while configuring yung accounting ninyo. Okay, so when it comes to taxation, no, kasi we have one question about taxation. So let me go back lang to our database. So with Odoo accounting, we already have dito yung configuration for the taxes. So we can also create new taxes na configuration, and we just have to set na lang kung ano ba yung mga certain products na mayroong taxes na yon, and that will actually reflect din dun sa journal report natin. So for the journal report, no, we have dito sa babang part na nakalagay yung mga items na impacted by taxes, and we can also do some audit. Tapos dito makikita natin ano ba yung mga services na yon na may 12% tax, ano ba yung mga 0% exempt. Okay, so let's look into more questions. Okay, so Similet is asking about the payroll feature, no? So though we already have the payroll application, but this is something that we do not implement yet for the Philippines kasi it's still a work in progress. Kasi pagdating sa Philippines, so different pay structure and iba-iba din siya ng tawag dito deductions. So right now, we are not implementing that payroll. Though, what we can do is, let's say, if you want lang na ma-record yung payroll mo or yung salaries and wages, we can just simply import that directly dun sa accounting natin para papasok siya under sa account ni salaries and wages. Okay, so we have a question about check printing, no, for AP disbursements. So currently, we do not have this feature for 17. I think the team is still working on the check printing, no, but maybe we can talk more about this one. You can send me an email or a message then para we can discuss. Okay, so Hannah is asking about the free trial. Yes, we have a free trial, so that's for 15 days. Okay, so can we bulk import bills and invoices? Yes, with Odoo naman, we can bulk import those bills and invoices na meron tayo. As long as yung templates mo is compatible. So that's just the same sa ginawa ko kanina na importation ng bank statement. As long as okay yung mga columns and rows para at least sasakto siya dun sa formatting ni Odoo. Okay, so JMA is asking about the subscription of Odoo. I think it's much better to discuss this one with your business advisor, or you can you can simply go to our website and then book a demo with a demo expert or with an Odoo expert, and para at least you can also see kung paano ba natin ma-address yung mga challenges that you have currently sa company. And I think so far, no, for those questions na left unanswered, you can just simply send us an email. Send me an email to mhli@odoo.com or send a message to WhatsApp or Viber. Or apart from that, as mentioned kanina, you can also go to our website and then book a demo with an Odoo expert.